Hey everybody, it's me, Brandon Straka, founder of the WalkAway campaign. Recently, I was in Los Angeles doing some speaking engagements and I ended up with a free afternoon. So my assistant Melissa and I decided to go to downtown LA to see if the stories that we've been hearing on the news were accurate. You know, we've been hearing about unbelievable amounts of homeless people living in unfathomable conditions and medieval diseases which are ravaging downtown Los Angeles. Now, as somebody who's naturally skeptical of the media, I wanted to know if the stories that we've been hearing are really true and really accurate. The conservative media has shown us images of downtown LA which look absolutely horrifying. And so I was curious if perhaps they were exaggerating. It does seem sometimes like they show us the same stock footage over and over again. So we headed down there, got out of the car and took our camera and walked around. And I have to tell you, what we saw was absolutely mind-blowing, unbelievable. As we walked around navigating block after block after block of this tent city, it was unlike anything I have ever experienced before in my life. I have never seen or heard or smelled or experienced anything quite like it. I was reminded of images that I've seen in movies or films from school about European cities during World War II where people were shoved into ghettos and bodies laying on the streets and people wandering around aimlessly, people sitting around just staring at the sky. You know, there were people doing drugs, there were people drinking, there were children's toys in tents, there were it was unbelievable. I mean, it was really truly indescribable, and I can tell you, after seeing it and experiencing it myself firsthand, the imagery that you see on the news and the things that you've heard about don't even begin to describe the horrors that are actually taking place in downtown Los Angeles. It is so much worse than I thought it was going to be. So much worse on every possible level. And we actually ended up getting out of there pretty quickly, much more quickly than we had anticipated leaving, because there were people that were threatening us, there were people that were coming up to us agitated, and it was very clear that people did not want us to be there. You know, we walked around for probably 12 blocks and I saw, I think, one police car briefly come and go. And so I can just tell you it's much worse than anything even the media is reporting that it is. And so I wanted you to see the footage that we took firsthand of our experiencing walking around the tent cities of downtown LA. Here it is. I'm here in downtown LA. This is Dreadlock. That's your name?
Yes.
Yes, Dreadlock. And so I'm from New York. I actually came to LA sort of on a trip to do some business. And we wanted to check out downtown LA because we've been hearing that conditions down here have not been that great. Do you live here?
Right now I live right here.
You live here? How long have you lived here?
About a year.
About a year.
I got my heart broke and chose cocaine when I started school, so that's why I come down here.
Wow. Are you clean and sober now?
Yes. Yes. Well, being weed, straight out, you know.
Good for you.
But as far as my drug of choice, cocaine, I cannot, because I love it. And I like it.
Yeah.
I love it to the point where even though I might go somewhere else with my family, the money I have, it's gonna go all one way. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
So, majority of it, all I'm gonna go on drugs.
Are on drugs? Majority of people here.
You'd be surprised. Each homeless person might make.
Sorry.
I try to stay focused.
So there are government programs that are giving money to people and they're spending the money on drugs?
It depends on the individual.
Yeah.
Of us spending most of our money that we get from the county and things like that on drugs.
Yeah.
And the average person, I know for a fact, to make each one of us $100 a day using this panel. But they choose to care about place. As long as we got our drug of choice, it depends on the individual.
Yeah, I want to tell you something. I had a very serious cocaine problem myself for more than 10 years. And I've been sober now for almost 5 years.
Beautiful.
So I want to tell you thank you, and I want to I wish you the best of luck.
Thank you.
Yeah, because I really, I hope things turn around.
Man, really. Sure.
I hope things turn around.
We will. I just gotta stay positive. You know, ain't no more excuses.
Yeah. God bless you.
Not for me. I mean, I'm gonna go forward. Legally.
Do it. Thanks, buddy.
People like you,
Thank you.
What do you think about what we're seeing here, Melissa? Yeah. I don't, darling. I'm sorry.
A what?
$1 for a coffee?
I do not. I'm sorry. I have no cash. I am going away.
I mean, it's like, it just doesn't end. Like, I don't know how people are going to feel about us filming. Do you want some pants?
Hey, licks that you fantasized about before, but now you really gonna do it. I'm like, man, I ain't no good now. I ain't no good.
Oh, God. Ugh. It's like, yeah. So it doesn't smell very good.
Yeah, I couldn't complain, man.
You ain't working with no camera on people. Don't hold them cameras up like that. You get hurt doing that. Don't hold no cameras. Don't take no pictures of nobody.
So we were just told to put the camera down or we're going to be harmed. And so we respected her threat. This is not our neighborhood after all. Wow. Okay. Over here, right? So we were just talking to this gentleman right here. They are giving out free T-Mobile phones and service for low-income people. You want to talk? So we actually just got out of there, really. I mean, we were walking around with our camera and we were kind of getting harassed by people who were telling us that we shouldn't be filming and that we'd better put the camera down or else, essentially. And so obviously we wanted to respect that, and it didn't seem like the safe thing to be doing, to be walking around with our camera. We did try to talk to a guy who was giving out T-Mobile phones to people who are homeless. They get free phones, free service via T-Mobile. I mean, I think our final thoughts are that the smell was pretty overwhelming. It was much, much worse and much more extensive than anything I've ever seen on TV. And when we were kind of driving into this part of the city, I was saying to myself, I was like, you know, it looks pretty bad on the news. And, you know, when I'm driving in, I was like, oh, maybe they're just making a bigger deal out of it, you know, because I'm looking around and I'm not seeing. And then we got a little further in, and I mean, it's literally block after block after block after block of, I mean, it's so much worse than anything I've seen on TV. And the conditions, obviously, you know, the health conditions, I think, of the people who are residing here and hanging out here, it's very, very bad. Sanitation is obviously awful. And we walked by many tents that had children's toys and things kind of around the tent or inside, and
Pets.
What?
Pets.
And pets, of course, there's pets. And we saw, interestingly, some political messages around. There were anti-Trump messages that were spray painted onto the ground. There were kind of like protest and resist messages that were painted onto the tents. It was really interesting and really, really, really depressing. And it's just an unbelievably depressed segment of humanity that's living here, like just extensively, block after block after block. It's pretty incredible. Do you have any final thoughts? No. All right, so that was our experience in downtown LA. Much, much, much worse than I thought it would be.